Hi, welcome to Love Talk Q&A, the place to get your questions answered about finding and keeping the love of your life. I'm Stefan Gonick, Soulmate Attraction Mentor and founder of the Soulmate Attraction Academy from singletosoulmate.me. In this episode of Love Talk Q&A, I'm going to be answering this following question. And this is a question I actually get a lot with my clients and mailed to me. And it goes like this. The men I'm attracted to aren't interested in me, and the men who are interested in me, I'm not interested in. Now, this question happened to be from a woman talking about men, but I hear this a lot from men as well, that the women that I'm really interested in and attracted to aren't interested in me, and the women who are interested in me, I'm not interested in them. So what could be the explanation for this? This is a very common experience for a lot of people. In fact, I had the same experience, much earlier on in my dating life. So turns out there is pretty much one underlying reason for having this experience. And that is that deep down, and it could be outside of our awareness even, but deep down, it comes from not feeling worthy of the kind of partner or the kind of person that we are really interested in. So I'm going to explain how this then shows up with that experience. So if there's somebody that I think is really exciting and fascinating over here, right? Well, if deep down I don't feel worthy of this person, then I'm going to act in a way that subtly, or even not so subtly, sabotages the situation. I might come across as a little scared. I might come across as a little needy or insecure or not confident or something, right? There's going to be some negative energy that I'm going to be putting out as I try and talk to this person that's going to not be attractive to that person, right? If they're a good quality person and we're acting kind of like this, then they might think that we're nice and like us as a friend and all that kind of stuff, but they're not going to be excited, right? There's not going to be any like chemistry and juice and zing. And then when we meet somebody that we're not interested in, then our full normal confidence is available to us. It's like, oh, I'm this. There's no stakes here. The stakes are high with somebody we're interested in. There's no stakes with this person I'm not interested in. So I can just relax, be myself, and my truest self, my confidence, who I am, all that good stuff comes out easily, and these people get really interested. So that's what happens for us. So in fact, I remember so many times I would go to some kind of group event, and I'd be this is back when I was single, and I'd be like scanning the room and noticing all the women there, and there'd be this one woman is like, I'd kind of watch her, and it's not just that she was good looking or something, but I'd be watching her interact with people, and it's like, wow, I just love her energy. There's something so cool about her. I would love to go talk to her. And then I would kind of keep looking around and see this other woman who goes, oh, she seems kind of nice, she's physically attractive enough, and seems nice, but nothing that really gets me. And lots of times the person I'd go talk to would not be the exciting one. I would actually go over and talk to the one that I wasn't excited about. Because I wasn't excited about her, I'd be comfortable and confident, and sure enough, she'd be interested in me, and I'd be in the situation. It's like, well, I wasn't actually that interested to begin with. Wasn't somebody that was exciting to me. And this other woman was, but I felt so unworthy that I didn't even go and try and talk with her. And then in later years, as I was working through all this stuff, I would try and talk to somebody like that. But again, this insecurity and all this other stuff would kind of come across to them, and they wouldn't be interested. So that's the explanation as for why this happens. So what do we do about this? Well, there's two kinds of things you can do. One is to do some healing work around what made you feel not worthy. Typically, this comes from childhood experiences with our parents or caregivers, where they did certain kinds of things that created a feeling in us that we were not worthy of their love. So they might have been emotionally distant. That does it easily. Or they might be very judgmental and critical. Because when a parent is being judgmental and critical towards us, that is a rejecting form of energy, right? Judgment and criticism, the implied underlying message is, this thing that I'm judging and criticizing you about is not okay with me. So I get this message that this part of me is not okay. And if I get that a lot growing up, then I'm going to kind of generalize that and feel like, deep down, I'm really not all that okay. I'm not very okay, particularly relationally. They might praise me a lot in one area of my life, and I might feel confident there. Maybe it's school, I got a lot of praise around school, so I might be confident in school and work. But if I receive criticism for other things, then particularly relationally, I would feel very not confident and not worthy. Another kind of thing that can cause this is an angry parent. If a parent yells at you a lot, that's like a very intense rejecting energy. To be on the receiving end of a lot of anger and yelling and God forbid hitting, that is a condemning energy. This goes even more rejecting than just simply criticism and judgment. So if you're on the receiving end of a lot of anger growing up, that will again result in you feeling like, I'm not okay. I'm not worthy of love because this parent is yelling at me a lot. Even if they switch between being loving and yelling, so you get a lot of good, nice loving energy on the one hand, but also anger and yelling on the other, then you have this very mixed experience that makes you feel very mixed. You feel tentative, right? You're not confident in the availability of love. You don't feel very safe. And so again, you internalize that and you don't feel as good about yourself as you could. People who grow up with a lot of consistent love and not much criticism at all and very little anger and stuff like that, they're the ones that are going to feel worthy of love inside, including when they meet somebody new and exciting. Sadly, that's not the case for most of us, right? The great majority of people are on the receiving end of negative behaviors by their parent, and many of them result in us not feeling really worthy of love where it counts the most. So if you do some healing around those experiences, then your sense of worthiness will build. So that would help a lot. Another thing that helps is that there are processes you can do that directly helps you build your self-love, right? So you can either heal the wounds that caused you to feel bad about yourself, like there's something wrong with you deep down, or not feeling worthy of love. And you can also do processes that just help you appreciate yourself more and build up a sense of worthiness and self-love. And ideally, actually, you might do both of those, right? Heal the wounds to kind of clear the things that caused you to feel bad about yourself, and then do things that help you feel more and more good about yourself, better and better about yourself. So, and once you do that, then this whole experience of the people I'm interested in aren't interested in me, and the people who are interested in me I'm not interested in, will go away. And in fact, the quality of people that you are interested in or able to interact with will actually go higher and higher and higher the more that you can do this. So that's what it is. I want to gently put that forward because it's a tricky one, because sometimes it can be very subtle for us, because sometimes we can feel pretty confident in our lives. I've had clients who say, when I first said that to them, like lots of times, when I get a brand new client, that's the very first thing they'll say. It's like, well, say, tell me about your love life. And they'll say that, right? People I'm interested in, not interested in me, that whole thing. And then I'll bring up this thing and they go, well, I'm a very confident person. I got a great job. I got a lot of friends. I don't understand what you're saying about this. And they won't relate to it initially. But then what happens is, actually when we start to get into it, I'll say, okay, it's great that you have a great job and you feel confident in your work life. That's great that you have a lot of good friends, you have good relationships. That's good. But when we do the family history and find out what happened to them, and I'll do a particular exercise where we sort of imagine our ideal partner standing in front of us. In that setting in particular, when we're faced with our ideal partner, that's when they'll finally get in touch with that feeling of, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not feeling totally worthy of this person. As I imagine being confronted with this person, that's everything I'm looking for, this amazing person, then it's like, well, why would that person be interested in me? So it always comes out to, deep down, not feeling worthy of love either in general, or not feeling worthy of love from somebody who's really good. So I hope you found this answer helpful. If you did, it'd be wonderful if you would click on the like button to let me know. And you're very welcome to put in any comments you might have, and I'll respond to them down below. And I'll see you on the next episode of Love Talk Q&A. Also, if you would like to understand the 3 key blocks to finding love and how to attract your soulmate now, sign up for the free Finding the Love You Want mini course. Well, thank you for hanging out with me, and remember, no matter how long you've been trying, you really can have the life and love you long for.